Hi, and welcome to Ivy English. I'm Angela.
And I'm Wesley.
Today is the 9th of November, and we have two news items for you. The first one is no bank robberies in Denmark. Oh no, all those bank robbers are out of a job.
好，所以呢，我们今天有两篇文章。第一篇文章的标题是丹麦全年没有银行抢劫，或者没有银行抢案。
I mean, maybe they've increased in the U.S., therefore, to make up for it, or what? Let's read the article. Denmark is a Nordic country known for having some of the happiest citizens on Earth. It often ranks at the top of the list in the World Happiness Report. Now the country can add a new claim to fame. There were 0 reported bank robberies in Denmark in 2022. This is primarily due to the increase in cashless payments and better security and cooperation with the police. In recent years, the number of bank robberies in Denmark has been declining steadily. There were 221 bank robberies in 2000, while only 1 occurred in 2021. This has been attributed to the rise of card and online payments. Like many other countries around the world, it is now uncommon for Danes to pay for things with cash. Unfortunately, while Denmark has embraced the convenience of modern payment methods, it has seen a rise in online financial crimes. Because financial crime is going to exist as long as you create poor people, so they're just going to change their methods. So here's the whole thing. No bank robberies, but online financial crimes and scams have increased, remarkably.
Yeah, they rob you or steal from you online.
Yeah, so instead of stealing from banks, now they're stealing from people.
Mm-hmm.
Yay. Okay, but let's read our article. Denmark is a Nordic country. What does Nordic mean? Nordic refers to these 3 countries that are all on the same peninsula in the nord of Europe. And that would be, there's 4, I guess. I mean, it depends on who you talk to. There's Sweden, Norway, Denmark, and also Finland. But Finland is like the weird sister of the 4 of them. And so some people include and some people don't. I probably just made Finnish people very mad. Finnish people, the language that Finnish people speak is based on a completely different language than the ones that Norway and Sweden and I guess Denmark speak. So that's why. And also there's a lot of bad juju history gone down between these countries. So I'm going to stop there and be like, Nordic countries are all on the same peninsula, although Denmark is kind of like an island off that peninsula. Okay, and these countries are known for having some of the happiest citizens on Earth, thanks to basically oil revenues and socialism.
好，所以呢，这里讲到说 Denmark 就是丹麦，它是一个 Nordic country. Nordic 就是所谓的北欧国家的，就是这个 Scandinavian 半岛上面的那个3个或4个国家。那它是其中之一，丹麦是其中之一。那它怎么样呢？它是 which is known for 它以什么闻名呢？以这个 having 它有 some of the happiest citizens on earth， 它有地球上最幸福的国民，所以丹麦在国民幸福指数上面或者排行上面都一直都很高，所以这第一句就告诉你说，丹麦他们的国民呢感觉到很幸福。
Although I read a book from a 17th century feminist, and she was really scathing towards Denmark. She's like, those people are so boring and terribly middle class. And I'm like, what?
Well, maybe that's why they're happy.
I'm going to say there's probably a relation to this.
Yeah,
she herself was very unhappy and depressive.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, so take her word with a grain of salt. So Denmark often ranks at the top of the list in the World Happiness Report.
It 就是指丹麦 often 常常 ranks at the top of the list 就是在这个名单上面名列前茅排名很高的意思 ranks at the top of the list 这个 list 就是底下讲的这个在这个全世界幸福报告 The World Happiness Report 上面呢它常常都是排名最高或者是名列前茅那各位把这个声音记起来整个语快记起来 ranks at the top of the list
I mean, you might remember there was a trend for coziness like a couple years ago, and that was about Danish culture and furniture and lifestyle.
Yeah, cozy 就是你要过得要舒适那种感觉. Yeah.
So this is what it's well known for, but now they can add a new claim to fame. A claim to fame is something that you're famous for. So Wesley is famous for his incredible versatility in English and knowledge. Yeah.
Thank you.
So that's your claim to fame.
OK， 所以 claim to fame 这个 claim 在这里就是 a right or just title to something， 就是 basis for demand， 所以就是一个你有这个权利有这个理由可以去要求要有名声，所以 claim to fame 其实就是一个让你可以值得拥有名声拥有荣誉的一个原因或者理由。好，所以我们看到这个句子他说现在这个国家呢可以再加一个新的 claim to fame。 claim to fame 其实是个常见的 collocation， 你就可以把它学起来， a claim to fame， a new claim to fame，
a new reason to be famous.
Yeah.
Why you're famous.
Yeah.
So this reason is what? There were 0, none, no, nope, not any reported bank robberies in Denmark in 2022. Not a single one.
好 OK， 这个他说 there were 0 reported， 0就是零，那零什么呢 reported 在这里是形容词，就是有报告的有报告出来的，修饰后面的 bank robberies， 所以呢有报道的 bank robberies 数字是0，在丹麦这是2022年。这 reported 其实蛮重要的，也许有人有这个 bank robberies， 可是呢那个歹徒可能进去之后发现忘了带枪。
I'm going to say no bank robbery is going to be not reported.Oh,
really?
I mean, yeah.
Okay.
So, I mean, it's not, I mean, I understand your point. If something is reported or not reported, but it's very unlikely that a bank robbery would not be reported, especially in a country as tiny as Denmark.
也许对，不过这个其实真的像这个 Angela 老师讲的，其实你只要有银行抢案，大概都会要上报，因为银行他们要 cover 他们的那个 loss 嘛，他要报完之后才能说我们掉了多少钱。
I bet even that father would have had to report his son for the...
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's a bank. They're so well regulated.Okay, so what's the reason, though? Why were there no bank robberies in Denmark? That's a great thing, but why? And it's mostly due to the increase in cashless payments. A so-called cashless payment means that it's a payment made electronically through like cards or bank transfers or anything of these guys.Anything like this. And also because of better security and cooperation with the police. So the police are like, yeah, we had something to do with this too. We're getting better at our jobs.
好，所以 this is primarily due to 这各位也可以把它整个学起来。This is primarily due to something 就主要是因为这件事情主要是因为英文就整个把它背起来。This is primarily due to 什么什么。好，其实学英文就是要这样，你要这种整个声音，你把它整个背起来，你的英文才会真正的流利，而且讲出来都没有错。你马上就，比如说你要表达这个意思，脑袋里面马上出现这个声音。This is primarily due to 什么什么。好，所以这主要是因为什么呢？ The increase in something 就是某方面的增加，主要因为什么东西的增加呢？在 cashless payments 上面的增加。 cashless payments 就是无现金支付， cashless 就是无现金， payments 就是支付，所以这主要是因为无现金支付的增加。还有呢，另外一个原因是 better 比较好的 security 保安，还有呢 cooperation with the police 和警方的合作，所以这几个因素就使得他们没有银行抢案发生。
Now, in recent years, the number of bank robberies in Denmark has been declining steadily. We didn't go from like 5,000 a year to 0 just in 1 year. It's been going down for a while. It has been declining steadily.
Steadily 就是稳定的， decline 就是 diminish，D-I-M-I-N-I-S-H， 所以 has been declining steadily 就是稳定的下降的意思。那什么东西稳定下降呢？我们看到这个句子一开始告诉我们 in recent years 在近年来呢 the number of bank robberies 银行抢案的数目在丹麦呢 has been declining steadily 一直持续稳定的下降。
Now, there were 221 bank robberies in 2000, while only one occurred in 2021. Can you imagine the side eye that bank got? Like, oh yeah, you had to go and have a robbery. We could have got to 0 this year, but no.
所以呢，我们看到他说，这个在2000年、2000年的时候呢，丹麦还有221起的银行抢案，但是呢，在2021年呢，只有一个 only one occurred， 就是 took place， 只有一个银行抢案 took place 在2021年。
Now, this has been attributed to the rise of card and online payments. If something is attributed to something, people are like, yeah, it's about that thing. We think it is that thing. So to attribute something to means to give somebody credit for something. And so they're saying because everybody's paying by cash now, bank robberies have reduced. I don't know. Does that make sense to you? Like, why would that be related? Because banks are not just there. Are they saying there's just less actual cash in the banks, or people don't believe that they will get cash in the banks? I actually don't see the connection here.
Yeah, well, maybe people don't need cash that much. 好，所以他说 This has been attributed to. To be attributed to 就是归因于什么什么。这个 attribute 有一个同义字类似的用法是 ascribed. A-S-C-R-I-B-E. To be ascribed to. 它意思都是怎么样 To regard something as a result of 或者 to regard as resulting from a specific cause. 好，就是归因于。所以银行抢案降低，而且只剩下2021年只有1起，这大家都认为这是什么原因呢？归因于 the rise of 就某个东西的兴起。什么的兴起呢？ Card 就是卡片，还有呢 online payments 就是这个线上支付。其实这就是我们上一句讲到这个 cashless payments。
Like many other countries around the world, it is now uncommon for Danes to pay for things with cash.So this is a worldwide trend, and it's uncommon. It's not usual anymore to see Danish people, who are called Danes, use cash to buy their daily latte.
Yeah. 所以就好像其他的国家 around the world, 好像全世界其他很多国家一样 It is now, 现在怎么样 It is uncommon for somebody to do something. 就是现在呢，你某人要做这样的事情已经不常见了。Uncommon 就是不常见，所以这个 Danes 就是丹麦人。现在丹麦人要做什么事情不常见呢？丹麦人他们如果要 pay for things with cash, pay for things 就是为你购买的东西付钱，然后 with cash 就是用现金付钱。所以在丹麦现在用现金付钱呢，已经越来越少见了。
Unfortunately, while Denmark has embraced the convenience of modern payment methods, if you embrace something, it means you wholeheartedly agree to it. So even though they're like deep into the cashless society, they have therefore seen a rise in online financial crimes. So crimes committed online that have to do with money.
好，所以呢接下来说，虽然这个抢案减少了，但是 unfortunately 很不幸的，当丹麦呢 has embraced 拥抱或者接受 the convenience of 接受什么东西呢？接受这个东西的便利。什么的便利呢？ The convenience of modern payment methods 现代支付的这些方法。换句话说，丹麦现在已经拥抱了现代支付方法的这些便利性，就是这个用卡用这个线上支付。但在此同时呢 it has seen 它也 experience 它也看到了一个 a rise in 看到什么东西升高呢 online 网络的 financial crimes 就是金融犯罪。一方面他们银行抢案减少，但是他们也看到了网络金融犯罪的升高，所以这是同样的，这样也是一个趋势。
Okay, so what did you learn? That is to say, what has increased in Denmark due to cashless payments?
好，所以呢，在这个里面我们学到什么呢？
What has increased is online financial crimes.
好，所以题目刚刚问的是说，这个丹麦因为无现金支付，所以造成什么的增加呢？那当然答案就是它的造成的就是网络上面的金融犯罪增加了。
Okay, and our next article is a little bit south of Denmark. It's actually directly south of Denmark in the Netherlands, and it's called Doxing, to be criminalized in the Netherlands. Now, what is doxing?
就是我们讲肉搜，所以这个文章的中文标题是肉搜视同违法 to be criminalized 就是视为犯罪。那这个是怎么样？我们后面加中文标题加了一句荷兰新法明年上路，所以肉搜视同违法，荷兰的新法明年上路，所以 Doxing 它里面会解释什么叫做 Doxing， 其实就是中文讲的肉搜。
The reason it's called doxing in English is docs are short for documents. So it's like showing your real documents online.
所以这个 Doxing 其实是那个 document 这个字的简称啦。Documents 所以就是你关于你个人的一些文件，或者包括你的身份文件什么的，他把在网络上面公布出来，或者是在网络上面搜寻你的身份然后公布出来，所以 Doxing 就是来自于 documents。
So, the internet is often a great way to facilitate communication and understanding between diverse people. However, it can also be used to threaten and harass individuals. In an effort to manage this issue, the government of the Netherlands plans to pass a law that will make doxing a criminal offense. Scheduled to come into effect in 2024, this new law will have a maximum penalty of a 2-year prison sentence and a fine of up to 22,500 euros. Doxing refers to publishing or publicly identifying private information about individuals, especially as punishment or revenge. It was originally a hacker term for releasing documents or docs to discredit someone. In the Netherlands, doxing has become an increasingly popular way to intimidate public figures like politicians, journalists, and scientists. Similar laws against doxing have been passed in countries such as South Korea and U.S. states like California. Okay, so our article begins by saying, the internet is often a great way to facilitate communication. We already used facilitate once this month earlier, and facilitate means to help things move along or help things do it better. So if you're facilitating communication, you're making the communication better. And so the internet is a great way to make communication and understanding between diverse or different people better.
OK， 所以呢，这个网际网络 the internet 它常常是 a great way to do something， 就是一个很棒的可以做这件事情的一个方法。它这个做什么事情很棒的方法呢？它可以 facilitate， 就是使便利、使方便 communication， 所以 facilitate communication 就是让你更方便的沟通。同时它也可以 facilitate understanding。Between diverse people， 它也可以便利，使得什么东西很方便呢？使得不同的人 diverse 或者 diverse 就是不同的 unlike in kind， 而且它强调是不同 differing one from another， 所以不同的人之间的理解靠这个网络它也可以便于不同人之间的理解，因为网络上沟通很方便。
However, the internet can also be used to threaten and harass individuals. To threaten somebody is to be like, if you don't do this, I will hurt you. To harass individuals is to threaten them over and over and over and over again. And the internet is apparently very good for doing this as well.
但是呢 it 就是指 the internet， 它也可以被用来 can also be used 来 threaten 来这个威胁，还有 harass 骚扰 individuals 就是人，那这个是复数的，所以我们可以翻成人们，所以它可以用来威胁来骚扰人们。
In an effort to manage this issue, so in an effort to do something about this, the government of the Netherlands plans to pass a law. So they're trying to make a law that will make doxing a criminal offense. If something is a criminal offense, it means it is an offense against the law. So in other words, you're not legally going to be allowed to do it.
所以这个 offense 它就是 a crime, a transgression of law 就是犯法，那 criminal 就是这个跟犯罪有关的，所以 a criminal offense 就是它是个犯罪行为就对了。好，那我们看到这个句子，他一开始他说 in an effort to 就是为了致力于 manage this issue， this issue 就是这个议题，就是网络上的霸凌或者威胁或者骚扰， manage 是管理或者管制，为了要管理或管制这个网络上威胁骚扰这样的一个议题，那荷兰政府 the government of the Netherlands 他怎么样 plans to 他计划要 pass a law， 他要通过一个法律 that 就是指这个法律will make 它会使得 Doxing 使得肉搜这件事情怎么样呢？那这里经典的用法 make 加受词再加受词补语，所以受词是 Doxing， 使得 Doxing 这件事情呢成为怎么样，我们用一个补语来表达，就是 a criminal offense。 补语可以是名词可以是形容词，这也是个名词片语，所以使得 Doxing 成为一个 a criminal offense， 就是让肉搜是成为违法的行为，就希望它能够透过这个能够 manage this issue。Scheduled
to come into effect in 2024. So it's on the books. It's ready to come into effect. It's going to happen next year. This new law will have a maximum penalty. So the most bad thing that can happen to you is a 2-year prison sentence and a fine of up to 22,500 euros, which is pretty bad, both things, actually.
好，所以呢，这个句子一开始是个分词构句 scheduled to 就是它被排定日期要怎么样，或者预定要 come into effect 就是生效。 come into effect 通常是指一个 law 或者一个 policy 一个政策，它的意思就是 to become official 或者 to become legitimate 或者 to become valid 就是成为正式生效，成为合法的，成为有效的，叫 come into effect。 所以 scheduled to come into effect 就是它预定在2024年要生效。那这个分词片语的主词是后面主要子句的主词，就是 this new law。 所以这个新法律呢排定是在2024年要生效。那这个新法律 will 它将会 have a maximum penalty of something。 to have a maximum penalty of 怎么样，就是它的最高罚则是什么， penalty 就是处罚或者刑罚，它最高的罚则刑罚怎么样，是 a 2-year 是个2年的 2 year 是形容词，修饰那个 prison sentence。 就是要关在监狱里面， sentence 就是判刑刑期， prison 是监狱，所以 a 2-year prison sentence 就是要监禁2年，这最高要监禁2年。同时呢是 and 不是 or 是 and， 有一个 a fine 就是一个罚款 of up to 也是最高，所以罚款最高会高达多少 up to 有那种高达多少钱的感觉，所以 a fine of up to 就是它的罚款可以高达22,500欧元，这个一笔不小的钱。
Now, doxing refers to publishing or publicly identifying private individuals' information. So if I open a blog and I put all of Wesley's identifying information up there, like his ID number, his address, his credit card numbers, a lot of you might be very happy. You'd be happy? Really? I know a lot of people would be happy. Some of your fans would be super happy. But I would be doxing you. I would be making you very publicly findable.
Yeah, 所以这Findable 是个 keyword， 其实很多人在网络上面就是不希望被别人知道他是谁，或者不希望别人找到他。那如果每个人都可以在网络上找到你，知道你是谁啊，到你家去的话，那其实蛮可怕的。所以刚刚我只是开玩笑，被别人这个肉搜的人其实蛮惨的。所以这里讲到说，他解释一下 ，doxing refers to 它指的是 publishing 公布，或者是 publicly identifying 公开的指认 ，identify 在这里其实是指认的意思，就这个 ID 出来认出来或者指出这个人就是某某某，所以他公开的指认 private information 个人的资讯。所谓指认个人资讯的，我跟你讲这个人是谁谁谁，他住哪里哪里，这就是指认 identifying private information。 那是 about individuals， 是个人的私人的一些个人资讯，你在网络上公开的 identify。 那尤其是 as 作为怎么样 punishment，尤其是你为了要处罚对方，或者是 revenge， 你要报复对方啊，为了处罚对方，为了报复对方，你把别人的个资在网络上公开，这个就是 doxing。
Now, it was originally a hacker term for releasing documents. So before, it was just a term for getting any kind of documents onto the internet. And this was, from the 90s and stuff. Because documents sounds like docs, or it's just faster to write docs, D-O-C-S. And then it turned into D-O-X-X because it looked cooler. And so originally you would release documents to discredit someone, to show that they were a bad guy. And so that's what doxing used to be. But now it's become a thing that you do to anyone to cause them harm.
所以 it 就是指 doxing was originally 它原本是个 hacker term， 是个骇客的用语， term 就是用语。for 用来指什么呢？ releasing 就是发布， documents 就是文件或者是 docs，目的是要 discredit someone， discredit 就是抹黑的意思 to damage in reputation 或者是 disgrace D-I-S-G-R-A-C-E 要抹黑某人，抹黑英文就是 discredit。
Now in the Netherlands, doxing has become an increasingly popular way to intimidate public figures like politicians, journalists, and scientists. So when a public figure, someone whose job makes them known to a bunch of people, and that's the situation in which your security is important and you don't want random people knowing your address, for instance, so that they can't send you things like bombs. So one way to intimidate them, be like, you don't do what I want you to do, I'm going to do this bad thing. So what they've been doing is doxing public figures. And so in the Netherlands, they're like, yeah, we've got to do something about this.
所以在荷兰呢 doxing has become an increasingly popular way， 就是它成为了一个越来越普遍、越来越常见的叫做 increasingly popular 的一个方法。来干嘛呢？来 intimidate 就是 to make timid T-I-M-I-D 就是 to fill with fear， 或者 to coerce C-O-E-R-C-E coerce 就是胁迫，所以 intimidate 基本上就是恐吓或者威吓，所以他们用肉搜来威吓恐吓 public figures 公众人物 figures 在这里是人物的意思，例如怎么样 politicians 政治人物 journalists 这个新闻记者新闻从业人员，还有他们有时候威胁，他们会威吓 scientists 科学家不能讲实话，你讲实话我就会肉搜你怎样怎样怎样。
So similar laws against doxing have also been passed in countries such as South Korea and U.S. states like California. Anywhere where a lot of computers are used, you're very likely to see this sort of doxing law.
Yeah, 好，所以类似的法律 similar laws against doxing 好，就这个反肉搜的类似的法律 have been passed 已经通过了，在一些国家 in countries such as 例如什么国家呢？这个南韩，还有美国的一些 states 美国的一些州，例如说加州。
Okay, so we have another question for you here, and that is, what did you learn? No, actually, we have a closed sentence for you here. Pick the word that should fit the blank. Here's the sentence. After being betrayed, the man plotted an elaborate plan to seek blank against those who wronged him.
好，所以呢，在被背叛之后，那个人策划了一个详尽的计划，希望能够 seek 什么东西 against 那些 those who wronged him， 就是那些这个让他受苦的、让他冤枉他的那些人。所以我们要填哪个字呢？
And that word is one of the words that we highlighted in our article, so you can go check that out and then come back. But I'll tell you, the word is revenge. After being betrayed, the man plotted an elaborate plan to seek revenge against those who wronged him.
好，所以英文里面呢，这也是一个常见的 collocation， 就是 seek revenge against someone， 就是你要求，你就是想要报复那个人，所以这里我们要填的那个字就是 revenge。Okay,
that's all the news we have for you today, but come back again tomorrow or the next day for more Ivy English. Until then,
bye-bye.